Are you ready for a new spring look? Today I'm sharing my first no makeup look for spring and summer. I'm really trying to provide you with a really natural, glowy look for spring. Join me. Hello ladies and welcome to Dress for My Day. My name is Kay. You know, I am 61. I always say that. I always tell you my age when I start these beauty videos because I tiptoe into this beauty arena just with fear and trepidation. Here at Dress for My Day, that's normally what we do. We get dressed for our day. I like to talk fashion and style tips. That is so much more my wheelhouse than beauty, but I do get requests for updated makeup looks for the season and for the products that I use. I get a lot of questions about the different beauty products I use, and so many of my beauty products are from Nordstrom. Today's video is sponsored by Nordstrom, and I was so grateful when they reached out with this sponsorship because I really do already shop Nordstrom for all of my beauty supplies. The reason is, number one, I get free shipping. Number two, I can accumulate points towards those Nordy notes. You know, I'm shopping for other things too. I like it that I don't just buy my beauty products from a beauty place and then I end up with points that I never use. Instead, I know I'm accumulating points towards things I'm actually going to use. And right now, in fact, at Nordstrom, you can get triple the points towards those notes with beauty purchases. So that's great. And the third reason I love shopping Nordstrom for my beauty products is that they carry all of my favorite lines. And you're going to see several of them today. Things like the Beauty Blender, Lancome products, Estee Lauder, and Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think those are the products I'll be using as we create this no makeup look for spring. So let's get started. So my skincare is done and I'm ready to start applying makeup with this new spring look. The first product that I always begin with is a primer, and recently I've been experimenting with this Yves Saint Laurent primer. This is a little sample size, but I got it in one of Nordstrom's recent little, gift with purchase. They have so many of these. I love that. So this is a new primer to me, but I've really been enjoying it. It goes on so well and really works nicely. So a primer is going to help your makeup, your foundation go on better. It's going to help it stay better. It's going to keep it from sinking into your pores and wrinkles, as much as possible. And it's just going to give you a really nice, smooth complexion. So I think it is so important. So here's how I apply it. It has a little applicator, and really I find that that is enough just to put that much on. And then I just take my fingers and just gently, very gently go over my skin, really making sure I get into all these little nooks and crannies. Everywhere I put it is going to get the benefit. Now you do want to make sure you don't have too much primer on, and if you use your fingers to apply your foundation, I don't, you definitely want to wash your hands after applying the primer to get that off of your fingers. The next product I use, of course, is a concealer, and I'm using Lancome's All Over Concealer. So that's a new product to me. And I was able to match this really well on the website at Nordstrom. So they have all the little helps that you need there to help you get the right color, and this is working really nicely for me. So I just apply it under my eyes with their little doe foot applicator, and then I use a little small beauty blender like this to apply it under my eyes, and then I take the excess product up onto the lid of my eye to use as a base for my eyeshadow. Because I have these wrinkles, I do have to kind of work with things, and I do have to use my little close-up mirror here too to really make sure that it's, the product is on really nice and evenly. And I've just found that this little product, this concealer, is going on just so nicely for me. And it's a really light concealer. It's moist, so it doesn't dry me out. And it's not a heavy concealer, and I really like that, especially for spring and summer when I want some makeup on, but I don't want to look too made up, and I don't want makeup just bleeding off of my face as the humidity builds or as I start perspiring a little bit as the day goes on. The next product I'm using is also new to me, and I tell you what, I'm loving it. I thought I had found my forever foundation, but I may have changed my mind because I am loving this Estee Lauder product. This is the Re-Nutriv Ultra Radiance Liquid Makeup from Estee Lauder, and it has an SPF of 20. Now, I do already have on a sunscreen, but I do like to have a foundation with a sunscreen in it too. I apply my foundation with a brush. I use usually about 2 little squirts. And this one also includes skincare properties. So it's really good for me. Very creamy foundation. It's got buildable coverage, so it goes on nice and light, but you can build it if you want more coverage. But I find that it gives me good coverage without looking over made up. I like to use a brush to apply my foundation because I find that of all the tools, your fingers, a sponge, or a brush, the brush helps you apply it most evenly, but it also does not soak up the product like a sponge can. Now, I meant to mention, if you are interested in my skincare routine, because honestly, there's just no substitute for good skin, then check below in the description box and I will have a link to my skincare routine in my LTK shop. But all of these products from Nordstrom, my makeup products, are going to be listed in the description box, as well as a link to an LTK shop post where you can shop them also. So that's how I apply the makeup, but I am not done. I am going to go another step and I'm going to use a beauty blender. So here's my beauty blender. When they come to you, it's a lot smaller. You soak it in water and then you towel dry it to get it really, almost just really dry. Just it's nice and plump and slightly moist, but really dry. And then with a beauty blender, all you do is you just bounce all over your face. You're not rubbing it in, nothing like that. You're just bouncing all over your face to give you that nice airbrush quality. You want to definitely be sure to bounce all over your hairline and your jawline, but also, of course, every other place on your face too. Okay, so a beauty blender is a product you absolutely can get at Nordstrom, and I highly recommend the beauty blender, not some knockoff sponge. I have never had as good a results with any other sponge as I have with the beauty blender. I don't use it to apply anything, I just use it to bounce. And I do use a smaller one, like I said, for my foundation or my concealer. So I really highly recommend the beauty blender. You can also get the soaps, the cleanser, or whatever that you use to cleanse your beauty blender at Nordstrom. I'm going to give you links to all of that below. The next thing I do is I've got to get me some eyebrows. So I have the lightest, like white eyebrows, very scant. They've never been thick. It's not like I over plucked them or anything. I don't pluck them at all. And they just like disappear. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. And it's what I've been using for quite a while. I tried using a pencil recently and I just can't get the control that I get with this little pomade and a little angled brow brush. So what you want to do is just barely tap the brush into the pomade. It's a very thick, I don't even really know what to compare it to. It is like a cream, but it's not creamy. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, you're just gonna try it. So you're gonna dip your brush into it, and then I always take the brush and kind of get the excess off on a Kleenex. So I just grab me a Kleenex at the beginning of all of this and do that, and then I'm going to shape my brows. Bear with me while I do this. I have to use my magnifying mirror to even see my brows. Now, once I have the product on, and you can see this is probably like the most time-consuming part of my makeup routine, honestly, but it's just out of necessity. Doing your brows, thickening them a little bit or intensifying them, defining them is really so important. Thicker brows look more youthful, so that's really going to help you look more youthful, look your best. And defined brows help to define the eyes. They're gonna make the eyes look brighter, so I think it's really important. And so the next thing I do is I take the little spoolie brush and I kind of blend that in a little bit and just, maybe get off any little excess product, but blend that in. And then I use a brow gel, and I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills little brow gel also. So it's a really small little spoolie, you can see. And I apply just a little bit to my brows. It's going to help set them, and just so that, as the day goes on, they stay put. But once again, that's not enough either. I need to go back over that with the little spoolie brush and just really work that in so I don't have like big globs of gel on my eyebrows like I do right now. And then, so you want to kind of brush your brows up and out. At least that's my thinking. And I use the color Blonde in the pomade. I want to let that concealer on my eyelids set and also that pomade and the gel set on my eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and do my blush now, move away from my eyes. And I have been using a new Lancome blush. It's a really pretty, let's see, I don't want to cover that up, blush, kind of a mauve-y shade. It's in the shade A Plum. Really pretty. Nice cool tone, really. And so I'm using an angled brush on that just to dab it in and apply just where you would normally get some color. So here's the thing, some women don't like blush, but blush is really important. Here's what I've heard from makeup artists, and it makes so much sense to me. If you apply foundation, you've got to apply blush, because what a foundation does is it evens out your skin tone. So now your skin is all one color all over. Well, a naturally healthy, vibrant face has some color on it because of the sun, because of blushing, as you work and as you exercise and as you go through your day. So you want a little bit of color in those strategic places. Anywhere where the sun would hit and give you a little color, that's where you want to add some color. Now, if you need to blend that in, I'm not going to use any face powder today, but I am going to just use my powder brush to just blend that in a little bit. And so hopefully you can see already that I think my face is just looking a little bit more healthy with that little bit of color. Since we're going for a no makeup look, we don't want to overdo it, not doing any contouring or anything like that. Just that little bit of color really helps. Now I am also using a Lancome eyeshadow palette that is new to me and I'm really loving. This is their Taupe Crease palette. Really pretty palette with 5 colors. I am going to, in the description box below, I'm going to number the colors I used or tell you the colors I used in different places on my eye. The first color I'm using is this first one here. I'm just going in order. I'm using this lighter color here to go all over my eyelid, really. From the edge of my eyelid up onto my brow bone. Brow bone, not a brow bond. Brow bone. Then the second thing I'm going to do is the second color. I'm just going through the palette, the second color, just using a little crease brush here. And this color, it has a little bit of shimmer in it. Not much. I'm going to tap off that excess product and I'm going just in through the crease and kind of lifting though as I go out on the outer edges of my eye. So I'm really creating kind of a little bit of arch out. And remember, as an older woman, our eyes, boy, I can tell really mine have really kind of begun to droop on the outer edges. So with my makeup, I want to lift that appearance. I want to visibly lift my eyes. And so I'm going to lift as I go out toward those outer edges. Now, after I do that, I want to go ahead and blend that in. You really want to blend as you go with your eyeshadow. Now, I think the next step is kind of optional, but I am going to use, let's see, it's the 4th color down here, and add just a little bit of a, this is a matte brown here in the outer corners just to kind of, once again, really lift a little bit. But I don't want to go too dark because I am trying to do that no makeup look. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to go ahead once again with my blending brush and blend. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let me close my eyes and show you. It's probably not perfect. I'm 61. I'm not a makeup artist, but I felt happy with it. All right, so I'm going to move on now to some eyeliner. I am using another Lancome product. This is a little mechanical pencil that you can, raise up and down from Lancome. It is their really an intense noir or something like that, so it's a pretty dark black. And I'm really still having to kind of adjust to it, but I'm going to apply it just really lightly, just to the really edges of my eyelid. A little darker out towards the outer edges, once again, getting that lift, a little lighter as I go in. And also I don't go all the way down to the corner of my eye out here because that would just weigh my eyes down on the corner where I'm trying to lift them a little bit. And I'm going to blend, so hang with me. This product does have a blender on the end of it, so I really like that, and I use this little sponge tip blender to blend the product in. It's time for mascara, and I'm sticking with Lancome. I've used Lancome for years for mascara. It's just my absolute favorite. And I do use their Seals Booster, which is a creamy primer for your lashes, and I find that it does help moisturize my lashes. So look, I have the thinnest, finest, scantest lashes possible, short, everything. So I need a mascara that's going to really define my lashes, not add a lot of gloop to it. And so I really found that this is so important though. Now, normally I do use their Lancome Definicils mascara, but I have been trying a mascara, once again, that I got in a gift with purchase, also by Lancome. And this is their new, it's actually a new Idole by Lancome mascara called Flutter Extension. And it is supposed to define even more than the Definicils and elongate even more. And it does have a really defined spoolie that is the same width all the way around, which I need because my lashes are so small. I find this really, it's working pretty well for me, but I'm still getting used to it. Oh shoot. Well, I made a boo-boo, but hang with me and I'm going to show you what to do about those little boo-boos. I'm actually really enjoying this Flutter Extension mascara. I feel like it really does lift and define my lashes really nicely. You can see they are so fine, so little. So this is really working. If you are looking for a new mascara, and if you, like me, have small, dainty little eyelashes, this may just be the answer for you. I think it's a really good one. I am going to address those mistakes in just a minute, but I am going to first apply my lip color. So I have been using a new lip pencil, also by Lancome, and this is in their color Nude Now. And so it's a nice rosy nude, and it's really been working for me because I have two new lipsticks that I've been enjoying from Lancome that work really nicely with it. And you want to apply your lip liner outside the line of your lips to make your lips look fuller, and also to really take care of those little wrinkles out there. This is going to keep my lip color from bleeding, even though I'm going to be using a really sheer, very faint lipstick. You'll see in just a minute. So this is a really nice kind of a neutral lip liner, and it's very creamy. It does not dry out my lips. It stays put, and it really does help keep my lipstick in those lines where it's supposed to be. Now this lipstick is also in that same color nude now. I also have their Berrylicious, which I'm really enjoying. But all of these, this particular kind of lipstick from Lancome it's very sheer, very nice and shiny and moist, but really nice and sheer. So it's going to look, I think, very natural. And even the shades that are darker do not go on dark. So I think that's a really pretty natural looking lipstick. Now, of course, I could blot it for a little bit more, maybe a little bit more natural look. I think that's really nice. Now, that mistake I made with my, I think it was my eyeliner or my mascara or something, I just use a little Q-tip after the products are dry and then go back, and that Q-tip just picks up those mistakes so nicely. And I do think this is key, ladies. Us ladies over 50, over 60, whatever, as our eyesight begins to fade, we don't see the mistakes. So get you a magnifying mirror, put your reading glasses on, whatever, look your face over really carefully, find those little mistakes, and use that Q-tip to get them up. Okay, so there we go, my no makeup look. Kind of a light makeup look for the spring and summer, I think. I think it's very natural looking. You know, other than my eyebrows, which just take me a while, and that's just kind of how it is going to be for me, unless I get the, you know, the brows where you get them cut in, which I'm not opposed to, but I want to find the right person, you know, so I've not done that. And even if you do that, you still probably need to go over your eyebrows with a pencil or some kind of pomade or something to really get them look good and defined. So I'm really happy with this. And like I said, everything I used was from Nordstrom. I love shopping Nordstrom because you're going to get that free shipping. You're going to accumulate points towards your naughty notes while you're also purchasing other things at Nordstrom too. So you're not just shopping makeup, which I really like. And they have all of my favorite brands, which I really love too. So thanks so much to Nordstrom for sponsoring today's video. Let me know if you have any questions. And like I said, all the products I have used for my new spring look are down below in the description box. Thanks, ladies, for bearing with me while I got brave in front of the camera to apply my makeup today. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, if you just enjoyed maybe making fun of me, I don't know, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on your way out. I appreciate it so much. Have a great day.